Chinese President Xi Jinping is in Hungary, the last stop in his first European trip in 5 years. The six-day trip is being seen as an opportunity for Xi to charm the continent and its people at a time of global tensions. But at the same time, it is also being feared as a way for China to sow divisions as Xi tries to create a wedge between the West, Europe, and the United States. All the three nations Xi visited in his tour, France, Serbia, and Hungary, gave him a red carpet welcome. She received warm gifts. People were also out on the streets to see him. Xi's visit comes at a time when tensions are growing between China and the EU nations. As Xi made a move to re-engage with the continent, he chose to visit France, that is a traditional European center, but his other stops, Serbia and Hungary, are the two nations with autocratic leaders seen as China-friendly and also close to Russian President Vladimir Putin. In France, Xi and Macron shared some personal gestures. In meeting with Macron and EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen, the focus remains on trade in Ukraine. However, Xi didn't budge on his stance on Russia, nor did he significantly tilt the existing balance of trade in Europe's favor. In Serbia, Xi's visit coincided with the 25th anniversary of NATO's mistargeted bombing of the Chinese embassy in Belgrade. Xi and his Serbian counterparts signed 29 agreements on cooperation in multiple theaters. Both leaders also pledged to follow a vision of a shared future. And in Hungary, Xi offered warm praise for Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Orban has resisted EU sanctions against Moscow and has abstained from providing military support to Kyiv. Xi is scheduled to meet Orban later in the day, with the war in Ukraine and infrastructure projects high on the agenda. While other EU nations are trying to reduce dependence on Beijing, Hungary and Serbia are increasing their engagements. Both nations are also part of an agreement with Beijing to modernize the railway between their capitals of Budapest and Belgrade. These agreements, a part of the Belt and Road Plan, is to connect with a Chinese-controlled port in Greece as an entry point for Chinese goods to Central and Eastern Europe as well. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.